So when I got her out yesterday, she immediately started to try to race around me. So I let her just kind of settle into it. Realize I'm not asking anything. Oops. Oh. Yep. Go. Good. It's interesting because it's normally the other way she doesn't like going. We're going to switch hands, block, send. Switch hands, block, send. It's funny because that bottom lip stays so droopy. Good girl. And I'm not asking her to go any particular speed, just move. She did. Block, send. Good. Ooh. Good girl. She was doing it yesterday. Let's see if she does it. Ooh. Ooh. Good girl. Yep. Woody and Goose get. But I also want her to get used to the flag and the energy. Oh. Oh. Good girl. Yep. So I did this with her yesterday. Doesn't matter what it is. Well, the goal is to teach her that the flag is that itself is not scary, it's the energy. I'm asking for movement, or I'm not asking for movement. So now she kind of flinched at it. I'm going to hold it there until she stops moving, and then I'm going to take it away. Yep. We're going to see if she can. And I asked her to take a couple steps after, just to make sure she's not like frozen. Everybody thought he was such a high energy thoroughbred. The way to get that out of him was to lunge him really hard. Yeah. And Howard told me when I took him home that you have to do this for the next 3 years. You have to lunge this horse at least a half hour before you get out of it. But that's how some people do use lunging strictly for exercise and to wear them out so that they're so tired that they don't want to be naughty. But that doesn't mean that they're not afraid of things still, and that doesn't mean that they know how to process the things that they're scared of. No. Wildly making them run in a circle. Correct. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, she's doing great. So I want to see here. If you want to hold her for a second, I want to grab the stick and string. Say you weren't here when she tried to kick me. She said, "No, ma'am, I do not want to. Instead, I'd rather kick you." I know. And I know you can do the stick and string. Woody, get. Yesterday I was working her, and I dropped her rope and ground tied her because Sarge was biting my post lights again. And so I took the flag and went after him with it. And she stood there like, whatever. Because she knew the energy wasn't towards her. Good girl. It's just a stick and string. You want to see it? We've worked with this before.
What made me, when I told you about the donut is that because he was, from his prior training, and he was in pain with his hocks and stuff.
Yep.
But I was just out of the blue. I went out there. He didn't have anything on him. Just put the tarp. But he remembered. It's me, and it's okay.
Yep. Yep. So we're just gonna move this. Make sure she's not overly afraid of it.
Brace for it.
Makes me wonder her history. Good girl.
I first got on, and I thought because the trainer was working him in the sample, so they gave me his bit that the girl had worked in. It was an elevator bit, and I have worked my horses for the past 30 years and just sampled. So I didn't know what an elevator bit was. I brought him out.
Good girl.
He literally threw himself down. Took the bit out, switched the bit, never had another problem.
Interesting. It makes you wonder if it's just the memory then at that point.
It is.
Like a memory response. Good girl.
Look at this.
Oh, I know. A little bit of a side there.
She's not braced.
Good girl. Then we check. Can she let me toss it?
Just slowly put it over her. Just tossing it. Well, what is your problem?
Well, so she's fine with it standing.
Yeah.
She refuses to move with it on her back. So this is kind of we let her smell it, let her touch her. Can you do that? And then we do, can we toss it? And then it's, can we do it while you're moving? Will you move with it?
Why don't I lead her? You leave it on her back and walk with
Well, that's what I was going to try first. And I think I can do both. This string is long enough on this. Maybe. Yep. Shorten this. Good girl. Good girl. Yep, you can smell it. Good girl. She's like, why are we doing this? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She shakes her head when she's giving a good release.
Let me just walk her, or let me do this.
What do you want?
Whichever one you want me to do. You just walk her. Let me put it over.
Good girl. Yep, that's what I think too.
Okay.
Like, I'm not too sure about this though. Good girl. She's holding her lips real tight. Her head's low though.
Yeah. Looking at me.
Good girl. Let's stop here. Good girl. That's such a good girl. She's like, I'm not sure.
Of course you're not. Because us humans probably have abused you. Sure. Humans are jerks.
Good girl.
A little.
So take it off all the way. Let's let her process.
When I was stupid, thoroughbred.
Well, I think she was kind of hacked out. I don't think she ever had the groundwork. But if she doesn't have the ground, if she can't accept a string over her back, how does she accept a rider on her back? Because while she let us ride her, and she was not naughty about it. She did a lot of head tossing. So that's why we decided to break it down and see how it goes. Like, well, that's not so bad. Can we do it the other direction? Because this is her hard direction.
Oh, we don't have a hard direction.
Say we do, though. Good girl. Well, her harder direction. It's just a little bit. We're just a little more nervous.
Sometimes it's going straight.
Good girl. You want? Good girl. Good girl. Those lips are twitching. The ears.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We can take a few steps.
Look up. Good girl. Yep. And we did. And now she's a lot more respectful. I will say that. Good girl. And licking and chewing. And we're going to stop and let her finish processing that because that's really good. Release while you're working. That's what we want. Like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to die from that. Like, her hips propped. She's relaxed. She's not.
A lot better than your first.
Brace. Yep.
Look at her now.
Good girl. I love her lips. She's got some big old lips, and they're just so jiggly.
Trying.
Tell how hard she's. Yep. I want to be a good girl. Oh, big release. Good girl.
Your mommy will want me around more if you're such a good girl.
I do too. It's so rewarding.
We were at in San Diego at SeaWorld, and we went and had dinner with Shamu. We got to go have dinner and did the tricks right there. Somebody asked the question of what kind of references and stuff do you have to be able to train at the well? Well, you have to be a scuba diver. Was. Be a good swimmer. And you've had to have experience training animals. And we're having dinner, and my husband looked at me and goes,
No. He knows exactly what's going through your head.
I can do this.
Right?
No, dear.
All right, so I want to see if she can lunge with this.
Okay.
Around her.
I will.
So she should be able to. If I can get her, if she's okay with this, Ideally, she should be okay walking with me doing that. So we're going to lunge you. You need to go. I'll give you a break. I'm not that mean yet. I need to release a little bit. I'm okay with that. I allow it. So, good girl. Go. Good. Mm-hmm. See?
Can you hold that and urge her on with the rope? Is that coordinated?
We'll find out. Not without walking backwards. Good girl. And licking and chewing. Goose, what are you barking at? Good girl. Oh, and a little bit of a snort. Good girl. Come on. Good. Go. Good. See, this is where we start to get the attitude. Because I'm asking a lot. Good girl. Yep. Goose, you better get away. She will kick you. Goose, get. Get. You, get. But it's fresh. Good girl. Yep.
Oh, she doesn't want Togo to eat any of the horse food we go on classes. I'm going, I know how many of my dogs eat.
Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. All right. Let me do the other direction. So we're going to ask the same way. I'm going to see if she'll just go around me. Yep. And we're going to toss it over. I want you lunging, not me walking backwards. But it's hard to position my body and still ask.
You give me this, you get her lunge. Or walking.
It's funny because all I have to do is ask with the rope.
See? And she's fine with
and she's okay with that. Good girl. Let her breathe that out for a second.
Tell me when you think she's ready. See?
So last time we were lunging, she tried to stop every, good girl. She tried to stop every circle. And when I'd ask her to go again is when I would get the ears and the sass. So the fact that we're going. All right, let's give it a go. Good girl. Maybe.
Now get her going.
Just watch those back legs.
I will.
Good.
There we go.
Good.
This way you can direct. And
good girl. Just watch those legs.
I will. Thank God
Come on.
Got short legs.
She does, but she has quite the kick out. I watched her kick Sarge several times. Good girl. Good girl. And a lick and a chew. Good girl.
I think that was a dirty look.
I think that was a dirty look too.
Oh, come on.
Look
buddy.
at those
Look
lips.
at her. Yeah.
The lips and the nose.
Look. Here, who?
See it? She's like quivering it.
Yeah.
As soon as she lets it go, take that whip off.
Okay.
Or the string. Stick and string. It's a terrifying whip. We use it so mean. Someone did. Someone did a number on her.
Guy?
Good girl.
My girl, my mother, she was really into it. Yeah, she's got a friend of ours has a connection with this guy, Cesar or something else. They had a poster how he was beating horses on top of the head and everything. The FBI, they reported him.
Good.
Yeah. Well, now he's really in trouble because not only is he banned from all the dressage and blah blah blah, body trafficking people, bringing in people from Brazil or whatever, and then sexually abused her. So now it's all the guy's going down. Now the FBI's, internationally, guy's going down. I'm going.
You're gonna let it go?
Main. Oh, come on, you can do
it. She looks like she's gonna go to sleep.
She's refusing.
She's still she's refusing to let it go. Just process it. Good girl. Good girl. Do you need some reassurance?
Yes.
Good girl.
Thank you very much.
Good girl.
No, don't kick at me because I'm old, okay? Thanks, Sarge.
He goes, this is what she wants.
Affirmation. No, this is huge.
Good girl. Good girl.
She turned to you for comfort.
Mm-hmm. Good girl. Sometimes part of me wants to go, this is a good stopping point, but the other part of me is like, do you push it?
Well, what's your next? How much do you want to push it?
I got to work Zira next, so probably not as much. Zira's going to
decide. Well, I think we have done.
I think she was walking. Yeah. What? What you see?
Sarge and the boys.
What you see?
Sarge and the boys. Everybody's looking at something.
Mm-hmm. You're okay.
She's paying attention to this, not the stick.
Right. Good girl. Good girl. Pick it up. Good girl.
I think we accomplished a lot.
That was a good girl. All right, let's stop the camera and grab Miss Zira. I want to take her. I think it's dry enough to take her to the round pen. I want to try her in the round pen. Can you grab? Actually, I think I have it over there.